Hey, what's good, viewer? Hope you're doing well. It's going to be a little bit of a different reading. Okay, so I got each chakra card out from one of my oracle decks, and I'm going to be providing a tarot spread underneath it to see what comes out for each chakra. Okay, so let's get the message for the root red chakra spirit. We have the Page of Cups. Okay, and then we have pink is here. So someone is coming in perhaps with an apology and I'm sorry. This is even a spiritual awakening, okay, from survival to passion. This is the beginning stages of you learning learning how powerful your emotional state really is. Okay, this is even someone coming in for an apology. Okay, someone could be coming in, you could be wearing the color pink, you could have pink hair, I'm seeing. Okay, that could be significant. This is even a child, I'm feeling, that is going through some sort of like inner turmoil, and you're being asked right now to have more compassion on and during this time, through this situation, as they are learning themselves, as they are becoming into their own. Okay, so that could be a specific message. What do we have for orange? We have the Four of Swords with the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is your sacral chakra. This is your creative center. So there's like some sort of block. You're being asked to rest, to acquire and attain all the lessons that you've learned up until now, to really regroup, because there is some sort of change. This is 13, which is 4, which comes back to 4. This is about your stability. This is about your foundation, building blocks of foundation. Like, you may feel that you have been stuck or stagnant in your creative um, outlets, whatever they may be, right? Like art and artistic expression, poetry, um, doing something with your hands. I got chills. That's confirmation. So this is because you're going through a change. Whenever you kind of feel like uninspired, or especially when you're like in an artistic expression or you're an artistic person, um, even like say you're an influencer and you feel like some sort of block, it's because you're going through an energetic change. So you're being asked to integrate the work that the work or the lessons that you've learned up until now. For me, as a reader, right, a lot of people read this as the wounded warrior, like you've gone through the battles and now you're carrying the burdens, you're moving on to the 10 of wands. But for me, it's the wise warrior. You've learned from the battles and now you're moving on to the 10, which is the completion of carrying the burdens and the attachments that are no longer yours to carry. That's how I see things, right? What do we have for yellow? Your sacral chakra. You're learning independence. This is the 9 of Pentacles. This is your personal power. Wow, what a card to come out for your sacral chakra. Even eating, okay, I want to make this clear. Even eating fruits the same color as the chakra that you need to work on or that you want to work on will help bring in that vitality. So with the sacral chakra with yellow, we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is like your money. This is your self-confidence, your personal power, your adaptability. So this has to do with your sacral chakra and also your root chakra. This is the 3 lower chakras of the masculine energy that ground us into the physical, that require us to really move forward and the tangible experience of what we desire, right? So you're learning something new. And that's why the old way or the old, whatever it is, the old no longer works. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Oh my gosh, I want to make sure my mic was on. Okay. And it was 444 as I looked up. So just know that you are divinely protected, okay? And that could be significant. Like, people are checking checking up on you, checking in on you, okay? Or there's someone specific that's coming in that's going to check in on you, and they want to make sure that you're okay because they know that you may be struggling with something. But this has to do with you really standing in your power, you really standing in. So this has to do with your independence, your self confidence, and how you're making money, like how you're presenting yourself in the world. And you're presenting yourself as a Nine of Pentacles, someone who's very stable on their own, okay? Someone who stands in their power, who knows what they have to offer. And what, like this individual has a falcon on her hand. And although, not everybody may be looking for a falcon or be looking for what it is that she has to offer, the people that are know that you are the one to go to, know that you have something special to give to this world. And maybe you're figuring that out now. What do we have for green? Let's clarify the green. What do we have for green, Spirit? Wow, temperance, beautiful energy. Sagittarian energy can be significant. This is you healing your heart. That's how this is all going to unfold. When you heal your heart, viewer, when you do the work to really integrate the lessons, and I was speaking of integrating lessons in the beginning of the reading, it's going to lead you down a new path of inspiration. Look, all roads lead to the sun. And it's a matter of really understanding spirit and who you are and what you have to offer, because you're not like everybody else. You're not like the rest. You're not like those that hurt you. You're not like those who have taught you the lesson. They're put in your life for that specific reason, for your development, for your growth. That's the irony of it. The temperance card here is that she's 1 foot in the water, water being all of creation, being the womb of creation, being spirit, being life, and then 1 foot on the ground, which is in the physical, the experience of the physical, being on earth. So as above, so below. So you are learning how to integrate who you are. I'm getting a prophetic vision, prophetic insight. You are an alchemist. You are an earth angel. You are here to spread your love through the overpour, but you can't do that if you're depleted, if you're coming through with a Page of Cups. So you need to learn to rest and regroup, to recharge, so you could stand in your power. Wow, there you go. I was just about to say, let's clarify blue, and then the 10 of Pentacles came out. So this has to do, your abundance is going to come in, viewer, when you learn to speak your inner truth. When you learn, it has something to do with communication. It's the way you communicate. So your abundance, viewer, has something to do with the way you present yourself in the world, okay? I want to show you this card because it's going to activate you as you look at this card. Your throat chakra, you can start coughing. Your throat chakra is going to be activated, and it's the way you communicate that is very specific to your purpose as to why you are here. And this is what's going, and this could have something to do with your family lineage, right? You could be the black sheep, the weirdo, the odd one out in your friend group, whatever it may be. But that's your gift. That's for a reason. That's teaching you how to lead, because it's never a crowd on the leading edge. Okay, it's always that one individual who knows themselves well enough and trusts in their abilities and in who they are, that leads others to do the same. There's also some sort of inheritance that's coming in, some sort of communication that can be regarding a 10 of Pentacles, some sort of inheritance. Now, this could be a job promotion, job opportunity. Okay, so what I'm getting is, after or as you are doing this work that leads you up to this 10 of Pentacles, that's when you're going to hit your windfall. That's when everything's going to finally shift. When you learn how to stand in your truth and it has something to do with your communication. Your communication style is changing. Allow it to change. That's what I was picking up on the old. Yeah. And then to confirm white, okay, which is source, divinity, enlightenment, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. So speaking your truth, being clear, being harsh, it doesn't matter. Listen, I could be harsh, okay? I could be very straightforward. I'm also like that with myself, okay? However, in a world full of illusions, in a world full of false spirituality, in a world full of false light, you have to speak the truth in order for that to prevail, in order for that to break the illusion, break the scenarios, the programming, okay? And it's only when we learn to really accept our own inner truth, then can we learn to express it freely. And it's like, I just saw a post today on X, on Twitter, where it says, the more you learn to become yourself, that's when you start getting paid. 11:11 on the clock. So Aries, that could be significant. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy coming out with the Queen of Swords. This is standing in your truth, standing in your power. The Queen of Swords is not someone that you play with. Okay, you fuck around and you find out with the Queen of Swords very quick. And there's a reason why she's holding that sword up, because she's ready to go. She's ready because those falcons, okay, crows could be significant, ravens could be significant, are messengers that are coming in, and she's co-creating with the divine source behind her. So she stands in her power, knowing that, knowing her truth. Okay, her, him, it doesn't matter, babe. Underneath, we have sudden movement, sudden change, Aries energy, Scorpio energy with the Tower. This is going to bring in a celebration regarding your partnerships, okay, regarding the things that you have been learning, because it's time for you to step into a position of power. I'm going to show you all these cards. Sudden news, okay, that you're going to be celebrating. Good news is on its way. It's a positive shift. 12:21 on the clock. That has to do with the Aquarius energy of the star. You stepping into your star power. You stepping into your healing abilities. The stars are aligning. This is a wish fulfillment of a partnership that's aligning. There may be someone that wants to come in and partner with you because they know you deserve this um, higher ranking, this position of power with the Aries energy. And I kept saying, and I said Aries with the Emperor here and the Hierophant of Taurus energy coming in. Okay. So this is telling me that there's some, and I'm getting chills, confirmation. This is telling me that you are meant to be in a position of power. And of course, you're going to go through some turmoil. You're going to go through some imposter syndrome. Okay. But that's part of the process. So you do the inner work and stand. We have the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles here. So this is a progressive state, a progressive journey, a progressive path, right? It takes time, in other words. Let's not get fancy. But there is good news coming in that's going to put you in this position. It's like this good news is coming in, and it could even be, we have 33 here, I just noticed, because you've mastered something, babe. So there's sudden news coming in with a partnership. And I said this on one of my readings. It's like a partnership that comes in and you beat out the competition because you are meant to be in a position of power, because they see this in you. They recognize this in you. This could even be coming from a Hierophant, someone who has some sort of status, okay, some sort of power that wants to have you on their team. I'm getting, okay, much love.